I've lived in Rockdale County for 16 years. I've seen quite a bit. I've worked at the Rockdale Citizen for 12 of those years, and I do recall a lot of events. Most the one that comes to mind is the J.D. Carr Center opening, converting the old historic high school into a community center with a health department and senior services center all on one campus. I recall a lot of it was community improvement through splosh programs, building new fire departments that we needed at the time pretty badly, and just daily life with my family. We enjoyed going to the parks, doing the trail down by the monastery. And I think those are some of my best memories of living in Rockdale County.
Okay. Can you talk to me about one of the positive catalysts for change that you've experienced here in Rockdale?
Positive catalysts for change. I would have to think that the biggest change has been just the growth of the county itself. We've had an influx of new people moving in, and a lot of those folks are from outside the state of Georgia, and it's really made the community much more diverse. And when I say that, it's just you have so many different points of view and different ideals coming in. Like, I've always thought that we did things one way because we just had a smaller community. That's the way we knew how to do things. And new people come aboard, they have new ideals, and I wish I could give you more solid examples of that, but I just kind of notice that from just going to meetings and talking to people. Even like attending a county board or commissioner work sessions where it's just inside a small room around a table, because it's not a big deal, very informal, and now today it's very formal, held in the chambers and broadcast online and on cable access television, things like that. I remember that the Veterans Park was a very important occasion, and a very ambitious project. It's still ongoing, it's still being built, but even now it is a very impressive monument to the service of veterans, not only here in Rockdale County, but the whole state of Georgia. And it has a lot of potential. I remember interviewing a lot of those veterans, like Val Archer, Tuskegee Airman, who recently passed away. He lived in South Rockdale County, and I had the pleasure of talking to him on a few times. I interviewed him for a story, and then I would talk to him again about other veterans-related things in the community, and the stories that he would tell about his service and the things he had to go through. The Flight of Heroes, that was where they would take World War II veterans from the community and fly them, honor flight, that's what it is, the honor flight. Take World War II veterans here, fly them to Washington, D.C., to go to the World War II Memorial, and then bring them back like the same day. And it was important because it was about 5 years ago, and people realized that World War II veterans were passing away. It was, getting older, and many of them had not seen some of the monuments built for them. And that in itself is a pretty impressive thing. The fact that the Rotary clubs here organized it, got volunteers, and took the veterans to Washington and back. I mean, I saw from the initial meetings, someone brought it up at a club meeting and said, we need to do this. And it just like boom, 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 one step after another, it happened. And they kept it going for a few years. That type of community involvement to come together and do something like that is always impressive. there's just more history than most people realize. Every street has a name that has a story behind it. Um, uh, it takes a community to make it work, and everybody has their own individual stories. I remember we came to Rockdale County. We liked the living on lake, Granny Pointer Lake, but also a serious consideration is raising our family. My wife and I wanted to raise children here, which we're very happy that we're here in Rockdale County. It's been good to us. When I worked for the Neighbor, that weekly newspaper back in the 90s, and I sat in a commission meeting, work session. We had Granny Pointer, Bud Sosby, Norman Wheeler, and it was 1993. It was very casual back then, and Bud wouldn't Bud very like Floyd the Barber, like he would just like listen and kind of keep the conversation going. And then Norman, he one day I just remember he was talking about he had such a good trip to Helen, went to Oktoberfest, and he wanted to show us the chicken dance. And this is before cameras, before me. It was me, Julie Mills, who was then a Rockdale Citizen reporter, and maybe the county clerk at the time, and the three men. And Norman got up and gave us a demonstration of the chicken dance, and that's been burned in my memory ever since. He may deny it, but he gave a pretty good show. Happy anniversary to Rockdale County. Here's to 150 more.